Hey, this is David. I want to actually show you my first deck profile that I will be putting out, and this is actually my first video, Yu-Gi-Tubing wise, towards Yu-Gi-Oh itself, and I really hope for it to get better for me. And this is my first actual upload, and it's going to be as a guest upload for Blade Master. And that's why Blade Master isn't on. I am a guest upload for my actual deck profile, and it's gonna be a Fire Fist deck profile, and I am a shitty guy at doing comedy, so don't laugh. Just, yeah.
Okay, so this is my 3.5 Fire Fist deck profile. I like 3.5, I like +1, but personally 3.5 is more consistent. It just seems to work very well, and though +1 is immensely good, and I've got to agree to that because card cars, one upstarts, and recklesses are always really good because you have searchability for the deck. It's basically spellbooks with incredible search power. So this is my build. I don't have the card cards, but I do have the recklesses and the upstarts, but I'm going to get the card cards later. So let's build, let's play the regular 3.5, and I'll show you, what is it, +1 when I get the cards. So here we go. We're going to start off with 1 spirit, 2 leopard, and 3 rooster. Okay, so people like to say that 3 leopard, 2 rooster is better. But rooster is always a +1. It is a 1500 guy, which is immensely important to say. What's also immensely important to say is since its effect says that it can pitch 1 once per turn, that works. So it's pitch 1, pitch 1, pitch 1, pitch 1, but you only need to pitch 1 twice. And then his other effect, which is you search out a Fire Fist for specialing him off of a Fire Fist launcher, hashtag Spirit or the other guy. It's really important for the deck, for its playstyle, so 3 Rooster to 2 Leopard is always really good. If you really need to go for the Leopard Spirit loop, which basically gets you a Rooster, a Horse Prince, and a Fire Fist in hand, or a Horse Prince, Rooster, and then a Fire Fist in hand. And that's really how it goes. But you really want the consistency, so this makes the consistency a lot easier. And then I run 1 Ryo. A lot of decks add from the deck to the hand, so if you're able to stun that for 1 turn while they sit there and try and run over it, it's really important. We got 2 Gorilla, because Gorilla is really good. People are starting to drop this because of 3 Wolf Bark. 2 Gorilla is always really good in my book. I used to run 1 Gorilla, 1 Dragon, but I found out that Dragon goes so minus to go into a Fire Fist that it doesn't mean it. I mean, yes, you can go into Cardinal, but that's... You run 6 fire formations, well, 8 fire formations, and you really don't pull it off as well. So I choose to do that. 3 Bear because, well, it's Bear. And then 3 Wolf Bark because, well, Wolf Bark is Wolf Bark, and I don't have the other 2. Here's a really funny story to say. Right before Wolf Bark was revealed to be back at 3, I went and traded off my other 2 for, like, some cheap-ass cards because they were cheap, like $8, and then they boosted up twice the amount, and I just kind of questioned my life for a second. 1 Soul Charge because... why not? 1 Moon, 1 Mind Control. This is basically just a first game against Shadalls, and maybe Burning Abyss if you really need to. You Mind Control their face down, you Mind Control their important stuff, and you flip it up, you exceed with it, and then you can just continue with your plays without 1 less problem to deal with. 1 7th one, people, this card is immensely good for what I have to say. It is basically a +1 for a return. Yeah, you can draw it into your hand for the first duel, or for the first game, or first hand, but it's still, if you're master of bluffing, this becomes an immensely good trap, basically, because they try and MSG it, they try and get rid of it, and you sit there and protect it, and they'll just try and think that it's one of your most important back row, and yeah, two duality, no explanation. 2 chalice. I don't run chains. This is better. I'll show you later, and it's pretty explanatory. 2 MST. I know, sexy as hell. I'm going to be maining 3 as soon as the Quillfoss drop, because I hate Quillfoss and they're stupid. 2 Tensu. I'm going to jump this to 3 as soon as Quillfoss drop, because they're stupid and I need to get my plays off, and if it gets MST'd I can have another one later. 3 Tenki, because Tenki's tanky and it's immensely good. 1 warning, Compulse, Bottomless, Trenchal, no need for explanation. I mean, yes, Winda kind of blocks that, but cock blocking is no problem to me. Pinpoint Guard, this is kind of a weird tech for me, but I kind of find it to be useful sometimes, and I usually side it out for game 2 because it's a tech card, and you usually do that. It's basically a free Wolfbark for what it is. I mean, yes, you can Call of the Haunted, but Call of the Haunted can get susceptible, so if you can get them into attacking and you play this, it's a protection for 1 turn, and it is a Wolfbark Tiger King. And which is funny because I only run 1 Tiger King, because Tiger King isn't as useful as you think. 2 breakthrough skill. Yes, it is immensely good. So why the hell not run it? And then my attack boosters. 2 Horn, 2 Tenson. This is why I run Chalice, because I know I'm going to have some way to back it up. And this is kind of the answer. So if they try and run over my bear, you activate this. You get a free plus, basically 2, if you don't have an extra back row. And you get a set a back row and get a free draw, so that's no problem. And Tensen, which is searchable by Tiger King, searchable by Rooster, it's always like a really good 1,000 plus. So yeah, that's my deck. It's 41 cards. If I really need to shorten it, I'm dropping the Mind Control, if you want to go and copy me. Then for my extra deck, 1 Horse Prince. 2 is too much because, well, you recycle spirit very little, in all truth. 1 Engineer. Engineer is good, I have to say. Yeah, it's very susceptible to Compulse and Phoenix Wing, but that's kind of why. It's a very good target and baiter. Levier, because my cards can get bottomless. Lion Emperor, because it's a really good Fire Fist. Black Ship, Cowboy. These are just win conditions. Castell. Rhapsody. Right there. Yeah, they're pretty much win conditions. Roach, because he is immensely good against Lightsworn, and this deck has a very bad Lightsworn matchup. Ragna Zero, Mirror Match, Madolche. Kagatsuchi, because, I mean, yeah. Cardinal. I want to give this card a really good shout out. Nobody really understands how broken this card is. It's a really, really busted card, and I love it. Tiger King, I have an ulti, a ultra, a gold, and this platinum, and I really like the platinum because, well, it's just shiny. I love shiny. Tachyon and then Neo Galaxy Ice Tachyon. Really basically a 45 stun. That's literally the entire reason I have it. And then for my side, I have my tokens. Then for my actual side, I have Didi Crow, which is pretty important. I mean, you run 1, in the side because there are decks that kind of use it, like Inzectors. So I have no way to say that. Fencing Fire Ferret. This is a very debatable card against Fire Hand and Ice Hand. The reason I'm dropping Fire Hand and Ice Hand is because this is a much better card. It is a 1700 burn, also destroy, so it stops Fire Hand for every reason. Because even if it's Chain Link 1, it burns for 500 and they have no way of getting through it. Then it's such a weak defense that you can set it and let them run through it. I've never really had a big problem with this because it's immensely good, and I really think that this is better than Fire and Ice Hand because people have outs to Fire and Ice Hand now, and Fencing Fire Ferret you never know is going to happen to be there. So, yeah. Jinzo. Burning Abyss. This deck has a somewhat normal fight against Burning Abyss, but this basically locks down Burning Abyss. So, yeah. Dark Hole. I have no Regeki. Soul Drain. 2 Trap Stun. If you really need to, you can go off or have a deck that goes off. I kind of chose this for my deck to go off because if I really want this deck and I'm playing against something like Satella Knights and I want my plays to go off, this is my answer to the biggest amount. Okay, and this is a very debatable card, and I believe that this card is immensely good, and this should be ran more. 2 Transmigration Prophecy. Okay, so Transmigration Prophecy, I believe, is immensely good because it recycles everything. From your tankies itself, anything that's really important. So it's just one of the best cards ever. And yeah, this one's pretty explanatory. And then 3 Heraldry Record right here because I actually go against a lot of rank 4 spam decks, and this basically just sets up for wins. So yeah, this is basically a local side, but in a competitive side it's pretty much the same, except you drop these for Shadow Imprisonings and the Jinzo for, and this for Regeki, and the Jinzo for maybe another DD Crow or something just to block them off. Most likely a D-Prison. So yeah, this is my Fire Fist deck profile. I really, really, really love it, and I hope that it works out for you. So yeah, thanks. Bye.
Alright, so thanks for watching the video. If you are interested in any other my type of stuff, you can go and subscribe to me. I'll leave a link in the description below. So yeah.